So this is a wee follow-up to the film I posted the other day where the guy made or caught a fish in this area, but I want to focus on this cast. You can see it coming out, perfect long belly line, long cast, the fly lands perfectly at the end of the line. So right at the very beginning, from the beginning of that cast, that line is under tension. The fly is under tension, so the fly is going to be moving at an even speed through the whole time during that drift. We've got a nice wee current there picking up, and it's now coming into the wee taking area there, because the fish lie about maybe 2/3 of the way over, maybe 3/4 there. But it's moved at the same pace all the way around because it landed perfectly, that cast. No slack line. Second cast here, if we look at it, not quite as good a cast. You can see the slack beginning to build in the line there, and it's all going to fall, a wee bit of slack, and then the fly, you can see it. We'll just put that back again. You can see the slack line falling, and then the fly coming behind the line there. The guy's standing in exactly the same spot as the last time. So remember that he's had a perfect cast before that. Now this time, you can see the slack appearing in the line there. Look, just a wee bit of slack just appearing in the line there. And that slack's still not out because the current's not sufficient enough to pull that line straight yet. So he's put a wee mend on it. That tightens the line up somewhat, but not 100%. And now, if you look toward the end of the line, I'll try and zoom in a wee bit. It'll make it go a wee bit fuzzy, but I'll zoom in a wee bit nevertheless. But you can still see the little bit of slack there, and there's a bit of belly in the line. Now it's beginning to come under tension just there about now. And that's going to give the fly, as it comes under tension, that's going to give the fly a wee bit more speed. And it's just going to suddenly pick up pace with that current, and bang. Because the fly's had a wee bit of speed just here, then that interests the fish, and then bang. The cast before was perfect. He'll let the fly come round perfectly, and nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. That second cast, bump, straight in, and he gets his fish. It's really quite interesting because, and people say to me, oh, being a good caster, a long caster doesn't catch a fish. At the end of the day, you have to be a fisher. The bottom line is when you have to know where the fish are, where the good taking lies are, and you have to know, like back in here, you have to know when to move the fly. So as a good caster, you're perfectly capable of manipulating that fly or moving the fly, casting a squarer cast, a downstream mend, whichever you like. Being a good caster is not going to stop your chances of catching fish. It just means that you have to start thinking about how the fly is fishing. But really interesting little clip.